Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad that you found us here on YouTube and are joining our tribe of survivors of narcissistic abuse. You know, all the abuse that we've suffered, we all swear to ourselves, that I'm never going to end up in a relationship like that again. I will never date a narcissist again. And of course we don't want to, but we have to think back about how it all started. What was the thing that if you can go back in time and talk to your younger self at the very beginning, and you only had one thing that you can say to them to warn your younger self about the narcissist, what would be the one thing that you can warn them to do? And, I asked myself this question, and it's like the number one red flag that he was a narcissist. At the very beginning, we call it, the love bombing stage, because narcissistic abuse doesn't look like abuse, does it? They're all masked and, look like your knight in shining armor. And you don't know that they're love bombing you just to use every little bit of information against you later. But what could that one thing be? And really, to me, is the lightning fast speed that the relationship began with, to the point where it didn't make sense why it moved so fast in the beginning. So if I could tell my younger self this one thing, it would be to slow down. Because if I had slowed down, I think at the beginning enough, I think he might have given up his campaign to love bomb me, and he would have moved on to maybe someone else really fast. Something would have happened, I think, if I had slowed down. Because my instincts, if I really think about it, they told me that this was, moving really fast. And, at the time, I had just told myself, well, that's because he's my soulmate. We finally found each other, and so, of course, we're moving in this fast together after a month. Or we spend every single night together. We don't spend any time apart. It's because we're soulmates, is what I told myself. But that's not normal speed for a relationship to meet someone and right away go exclusive and right away spend every single night with each other and right away move in and that is not a normal speed of a relationship. And looking back, I would tell myself to slow down because, I was blinded by it all. And moving forward, that's the one thing I'm always going to remind myself, because these people, these narcissists, are lurking all around us. And they're hard to spot, some of them. They're not all these grandiose, men and women out there that are in constant need of fuel. Some of these people are extremely charming. But we have all seen the horrificness about them, about how they are just really kind of just demons, these horrible people that are destroying lives. Sucking people dry, using them up, throwing them away, moving on, and the carnage that they're doing, all for their self-gratification, and just don't care for anything. How all these people out there, they're in our midst, and we want to avoid them. How do you avoid them? How do you spot them? To know that you cannot get involved in a relationship with these people. And the one thing you need to do is slow down at the beginning, because if you meet someone and it seems so perfect, the one thing that's going to give the narc away is the speed of which it moves. I have had, good relationships before, and I'm starting to now. And even some of the men that seem like really great men, like none of them even come close to following the speed that I had with my narc. The other relationships I have are just simply normal. You start seeing, you have a great date, and then you start seeing each other on, the weekends, or you check in during the week type thing. But with my narc, it was just, after that first date, it was every day texting, saw each other every day, and then sleeping at his condo every night. And then next thing I know, I'm moving in with him. I'm like, it was blinding speed. But the thing is, you're being love bombed. You're being told how amazing you are and everything is. And you're telling them all your secrets, and you don't, you want to tell your other self, going, he's just finding out your secrets just so he can turn them against you later. You're in the midst of a demon that will try to steal your soul and drink it and then throw and cast you aside. All the things that you want to tell yourself before you met your narc. But these are things we all know now. And moving forward, because there's so many different types of narcs out there, everything from the lesser to the grandiose, or the covert to the overt narcissist. The one thing that they all have in common is the blinding speed that the love bombing stage goes through at the beginning. It's not normal. And you need to slow down, because if you slow down and put the brakes on, if they're a great guy, and if they are caring and have empathy and are the real thing, they're going to wait for you. I mean, they're willing to wait and put in the work for that prize. They don't need to, they're not a narcissist that's so starving with fuel that they need to tap this oil well as fast as possible. That's a narcissist. A normal guy he's got his own fuel. He can sit back and he can wait. And I think that's the thing that we have to remember as we're going into these relationships. Going forward, don't be scared. That's like, well, if I don't, always text him and then give up all my time to them, I'm going to lose them. It's like, no. If they're worth keeping, they're gonna wait for you, and you have to know that they're not in need of your fuel, and they are not bombarding you from the very beginning. If they can hang back and wait for you and slow down with you, for you, that will not be a narcissist. And that's how you can tell the difference going into future relationships, And even if you could go back and warn yourself, your younger selves, to slow down, you probably won't listen because the love bombing stage is so good. But, moving forward, that's the one thing that we all have epic knowledge of now about why the relationships move so fast and why they can't slow down. Is because they need that fuel. But a regular guy can, right? A good guy can. A guy that has a soul, has empathy, can make their own fuel. They don't need to rush into things. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight about what you can do moving forward to really, take the reins in your life and in the relationships that you form moving forward. And if any of you have doubt, the way I did, of whether or not he really was a narcissist, and he really was. So, leave me your guys' comments and let me know what you think about, what you could tell your younger self, that one thing to warn them about dating a narcissist and that you're in the mix of a narcissist. And leave your comments to let other people know too, because everyone has a bit of a different take, because there's different types of narcissists out there. They're all different grades. So Thank you guys for listening to me. I'm glad that you found this channel. And please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. And I can't wait to read your comments, guys. Thank you so much as we all come together here as survivors post-narcissist.